What's up, YouTube? It's the Action Figure Grader coming back to you with another video. I am back in town after a brief vacation in Florida with the family. Got to see lots of extended family, and I got burned to a crisp. As you can see right here on the left-hand side, this KB Toys Overstock has this very red background. You should have seen me about 4 days ago. My entire chest was that color. It was pretty awesome. But good to be back, and you know, I'm not sure what exactly the time frame is for this, but I am going to do a live stream. It might have already premiered before this video airs, but I want to say thank you to all of you who allowed the channel to hit 5,000 subscribers while I was away. It means a lot to me that you guys watch my stupid videos. It really does, and I just enjoy the toy community. I enjoy everything about it. And it's good to be back. And before I started the video, I just wanted to say thanks to all of you who watch my videos and support the channel, all my Patreon supporters. So thank you very much. I do have a live stream planned. Again, it might be aired by the time this video goes live, but just wanted to say thanks again. Let's dig into some mint on card vintage items. And there are, as you can see by this thumbnail, some pretty incredible items here. We're going to start off with a 12-back graded Luke Skywalker Farm Boy. It was a fairly low grade, a 40 grade. The card got an 80, the figure got a 75, but the blister was only a 40. I'm assuming that it's because of the crunch, as you can see there on that blister. But it is a 12 back A, and it's unpunched with no price sticker. So it presents, I think, a lot nicer than a 40 grade if you can get past the crunching to that blister. And this one was at auction for $1,500, one bid on that one. So somebody did pull the trigger on it, on an early 12-back Luke Farm Boy for $1,500 plus $30 shipping. 12-back A Stormtrooper, graded AFA 70. This seller had a number of items we're going to cover. Pretty beautiful items. 70 was the card score. The blister 80, figure 85. So again, this one presents quite a bit nicer if you can get past the damage there in the upper left-hand corner by the price square. And but you know, beautiful blister, beautiful figure. And that one sold in an auction, $1,375 for this early 12-back A Stormtrooper. 38 bids. That closed on April 2nd with $22 shipping. So pretty good deal there. Next up was an AFA 75 small head Han Solo 12-back A. The card score was 85, blister 75, figure 75. So unpunched example, very, very nice. So this seller, again, had some pretty gorgeous examples. And as you can see there, the blister had a big ding at the very top, so that's probably what the main culprit is for keeping the overall score down to a 75. But still, it's a 12-back A Han Solo small head, very desirable, and the price reflected that. $1,975 took that home plus $22 shipping. Here was a 12-back B Sand People, ungraded. This one was punched with no price sticker. The blister looked to be in really great condition overall, nice and crystal clear. The cape looks like it might have a little bit of discoloration by his left hand there, but overall very minor issues with it. Probably overall 75 plus is my guess. That one sold for $1,026 and change plus $585 shipping. And then this was a 12-back BC3PO, graded AFA 80, so very high grade on this one. This one was punched with no price sticker, and this one again was at auction. 80, 85, 80 were the subscores. So very high subscores for this one overall. And certainly a gorgeous example, 12-back B. $1,325 plus $17 shipping took that home. I would wager that this one sold for less than what this one would go for on Hakes or some of the big auction houses. So pretty good buy on that one, I think, for a very high-grade 12-back B C3PO. Here was a 21-back A Luke Skywalker Farm Boy. This one was ungraded. And this one did have, it was punched with no price sticker. Blister looked crystal clear on it. I'm assuming, again, that this one is legit. I'm not sure what's going on inside the blister there. That's the only concern I've got. It's got some kind of weird purple thing on the inside of that blister, so I'm not sure what that is. So it very well could be a recard. I'm not sure. But that's always my concern with a lot of these items that are on eBay is that, you know, you never know what you're getting. But that's kind of a weird item there with that weird purple thing inside the blister. So it didn't seem to stop the bidding. $1,375 took that home. So I hope it's legit. If you happen to buy this and you got it in hand, let me know in the comments whether that one is legit. But I'd be curious to know what that little weird purple thing is there inside the blister. So Next up, we're going to dig into CIB. I think off and on here, I've got a few items from CIB, Collectible Investment Brokerage, which is affiliated with AFA. And this was an AFA 75 Empire Strikes Back Wampa, and it's labeled as the Rebel Commander photo. So if you look on the box here on, I guess, the left-hand side, it's got the Rebel Commander kind of pictured, which is not typical. And it's kind of interesting. I like that photo there that shows the Wampa holding the Rebel Commander up. That Rebel Commander is getting ready to be a McNugget for a very hungry Wampa, and you can see that there. So apparently there are some box differences, which I did not know for the Wampa. This one has the flap factory folded, as you can see there. Obviously that fold can be out and extended, or it could be taped down, but this one is taped down, and it was graded 75 with the Rebel Commander photo label there from 1982 Wampa. This one sold in an auction for $821 on 39 bids plus $20 shipping. And here was the gem, and I thought this price was really great. This is the 7-inch vintage Japanese Takara C-3PO. We just covered these in my brief history of some of the different Japanese action figures that were made in the 1980s when I unboxed my Poppy Death Star droid in a recent video. And these are very tough to find and very, very expensive usually. Here's the grade on this one. It was graded overall AFA 70. And as I talked about in my history of Japanese toys videos, those blisters are very fragile and they can ding and crack really easily. And that is the main culprit for the score on this one. The blister was a 60 score, card 75, figure 85. But this is the 1978 Takara Star Wars. Here's the back of it with that beautiful Japanese language on the back. Just a really awesome item and very rare. Does not come up for auction often on eBay. I've seen a few of them over the years, mainly the Chewbacca, if memory serves, and the Darth Vader. This is the first time I seem to remember the C-3PO coming up at auction, but very cool item. That one sold for $788 plus $35 shipping. I actually think that price is pretty great. These 7-inch Takara figures are normally very, very expensive, and I'm surprised that didn't go a little bit higher, so I think that was a very fair price on that one. Several different 32 back B Yodas sold, and the prices were just really confounding to me. This is the debut card, the US card. It was unpunched. It did have a price sticker on this one, but it was unpunched. And the sub scores, it's a 75 plus. The sub scores were 80, 75, 80 for an overall 75 plus. This one sold for $310. What a bargain of a price. They can go for that ungraded and higher. I mean, $550, $600 ungraded all day long. But for an unpunched, fairly high grade 75 plus, for $310 free shipping, that's a pretty great price. And here was another one. This was just a notch lower in terms of grade. This was an AFA 75, and this one was punched versus unpunched. It did not have a price sticker on it. And then this one sold for more in line with market value. This one sold for $611, and that one closed on April 2nd. This one closed on April 1st. So the day before, this one sold. It was unpunched. This one was unpunched. It did have the price sticker, but higher grade, and it sold for about half the price. So it's pretty confounding to me that this one sold for so much higher than this one. I think this one just must have slipped through the cracks for a number of different people watching on eBay. But that was a great buy for $310 free shipping versus this one that sold for $611. Next up, this is, I think, another really great price. This was a CAS 85 grade Canada Yoda. And this one was unpunched with no price sticker. Absolutely stunning. Straight 85s for the sub score. And this one was listed for $1,100 free shipping. And I started watching it, and I was like, this is not going to last long. Even at that list price, I thought that was a great deal. But the best offer that was accepted was $1,000 US, which is a bargain of a price for what these usually go for. I paid more than that for my straight 85s CAS graded Kenner Canada Yoda, and I think this was probably one of the better deals I've seen on eBay in a while. But beautiful crystal clear blister, unpunched again, with no price sticker, with straight 85 sub scores. That is a steal of a deal in my mind, and I'm really surprised it sold that low. I was expecting kind of $1,500, and then when this one got listed for $1,100, wow, what a bargain. So somebody got a great deal relative to what I paid for mine, and congratulations, whoever picked that one up. Now let's go back to CIB. CIB had a number of vintage kind of KB Toys overstock 2-packs. And these were kind of just dumped in bargain bins at the end of the Kenner line. It's labeled as 1983, so it's towards the end of when the Return of the Jedi line of figures were being offered at retail. And this one was a graded 2-pack. Obviously, this is in rough shape, which is very common for these 2-packs. They usually did not include any accessories or weapons. This T-bow is paired with Lando Bespin, and you can see the blisters in rough shape. 50, 20, 80 are the subscores. How about those wild subscores? For an overall AFA 20 in poor condition Lando and T-bow, KB Toys Overstock 2-pack. This one sold for $415 plus $20 shipping. And then here was another one. This one was Bib Fortuna with Lando. And obviously the figures are kind of jostle around inside. Again, this was an AFA 40, so very tough shape there. 50, 40, 75 were the subscores on that one. And the figures were, again, without their weapons or accessories, but pretty cool looking item there. $462 took that one home. And then next up was Lando again. So somebody had a Lando fetish going on here. There were 3 different Lando 2-packs. This one had the Gamorrean Guard with it. And this one was graded 60. The card got a 60, blister 70, figure 75 score. And that blister is actually in pretty good shape. But the card, in this case, was the main culprit there. You can see all the litho damage in the upper right-hand corner from where the sticker was attempted to be removed. That one sold for $530. So another big number there for these KB Toys Overstock 2-packs. And then finally, this was easily the best of the bunch. This had the Biker Scout along with Chief Chirpa, kind of a cool combination just given their history of the Ewoks with the Biker Scouts in the Return of the Jedi film. And this is the Short Mask Biker Scout. So the Short Mask, I guess, is the Lily Letty, made in Mexico, and it was paired with a Chief Chirpa. So very unique item there to have a Lily Letty Biker Scout inside there. The subscores were 70, 50, 80 for an overall 50 in very good condition. And the backs of these 2-packs were just blank. And again, they were usually in really rough condition because they were just thrown in big bargain bins in KB Toys stores back in the day. So, but what a great combination to have a Lily Letty Biker Scout along with a Chief Chirpa inside. And it very well could be a Lily Letty Chief Chirpa as well. Who knows? But $821. So that's a big, big number there. And I think it's because of that awesome character combination. It all comes down to the condition of the 2-pack and which character combo. Like if you get like a Princess Leia inside, First 12 Princess Leia, or any kind of Darth Vader, any of those kind of figures that are kind of main characters inside these 2-packs, you're going to be paying big money. But I think this one sold for such a big number because of the Ewok combined with the Imperial Stormtrooper, or Biker Scout in this case, and the fact that the Biker Scout was also a Lily Letty short mask figure. So $821 plus $21 again took that home, so a big, big price there. Now let's dig into the gems that CIB had at auction, and wow, what an incredible lot of 3 Top Toys Argentinian figures mint on card that they were offering up. And this is the Chewbacca on the Top Toys card back. Here is the back of these very unique cards. And the rarest of the Top Toys figures is Yoda and Luke Jedi. Those two, even loose and ungraded, can set you back big, big money. I mean, several $1,000s loose, complete, and ungraded. They never did make a Lando skiff, so that was just on the photo. But there is a Logray, which I'm going to show you here. There is a Yoda, a Luke, a Darth Vader, a Stormtrooper, I believe, and then a Chewbacca. Those are the ones that I know of off the top of my head, but I'm sure I'm forgetting something. But here's the Chewbacca. It sold for $660 on 49 bids, so lots of action on that one. It was graded AFA 60, card 70, blister 60, figure 80, and these were from 1983 Top Toys. So these were Argentinian market release mint on cards. And so that's the Chewbacca. Next up was the Logray. The Logray is known to have very, very dark stripes along with black accessories. And I believe that all the Top Toys figures did not have foot pegs. They're all unique, made for the Argentinian market. None of them had foot pegs. So that's true for all the figures to my knowledge. So the Stormtrooper, the Vader, the Logray, the Chewbacca, and then obviously the Luke, Jedi, and Yoda are very, very pricey ones. But very unique card backs. And again, that one was graded 60. That one sold for $661. I mean, loose and ungraded, these Logray Top Toys complete can set you back $300 to $400. So to me, mint on card for that, for $661 was a great buy, really fair price. This one, the Vader, I was really surprised at the how high this one went. I was not expecting that. I was expecting it to go for about $1,500 US. It did not. It sold for $2,600 plus $20 shipping, and it was the highest graded of the bunch. Card 75, blister 75, figure 80 for an overall 75. So beautiful example, but man, that price really surprised me. That was quite a bit higher. The Vader and the Stormtrooper are the most common to find mint on cards. So again, for one of the most common to pay $2,600, I mean, that just shows you the demand for these foreign card backs, foreign mint on cards that are very tough to find. But again, the Vader and the Stormtrooper are the most common, so I was just not expecting it to go that high. But $2,600 took it home. Next up, I've got some fairly common Return of the Jedis. This was a yellowed blister AT-AT driver on the 65 back B. The card was an 80 blister, yellowed 85, figure 85 for an overall 80. But very heavy yellowing, and it did have some light litho damage in the upper right-hand corner from the price sticker. You can see that the punch is kind of partially there, but probably a little overgraded, in my opinion. The card's more like a 75. In my opinion, this is probably like a 75 plus yellowed, in my opinion. And the price reflected that. I mean, it stayed low. It sold for $251, which is a great buy if you can live with the yellowing on the blister. Same seller also had this 77 back A B-Wing pilot, and this one was a very lightly yellowed blister with the free Anakin offer. It was graded an overall 85, and it was unpunched. So pretty good condition there. Very commonly yellow, and that one's just got some very light yellowing. That one sold for $255 on 21 bids. Another pretty good buy there. Here was a 75 plus Admiral Akbar, and this one actually still had a clear blister, so that's tough to find. The card got a 75, blister 85, figure 85 for an overall 75 plus from Collector Archive Services. And probably about right. You can see the very heavy crease in the upper left-hand corner. It was unpunched with no price sticker. But again, it was a clear blister for $310. I think that was a very fair price on that one. Pretty good buy in my mind there. And then next up was a clear blister Death Star droid on the 77 back. Very tough to find this one with a clear blister. And I think I might have had this one in my what to buy video. The title of the auction says 77 back, but it's actually the 65 back B, which I do have the 65 back B clear blister. So, you know, the 65 backs, for whatever reason, for the Death Star droid, those stay clear. I find those very commonly. But the 77 back, the true 77 back, that's the one that usually yellows. Mine is slightly yellowed as well. But the 65 back, for whatever reason, does stay clear for the most part. And again, you know, very nice high grade, or you know, fairly high grade. And that one sold for $480. I think that's right in line with market. I think for my 65 back B Death Star droid, mine graded CAS 80 or 80 plus, and I paid $335 for mine ungraded, and it was a crystal clear blister. So anyway, I think that's a pretty good buy, though, for already graded. And then finally, we had the Collector Series Patrol Dewback. This was a qualified AFA 80, so that means that it's no longer factory sealed, but it's unused contents. And very nice example here. And that one sold for $520. Mint in sealed box. If it was a mint in sealed box, not qualified, that can set you back $800 or more sometimes. So I think for a qualified grade Patrol Dewback Collector Series, $520 plus shipping, I think that's a pretty good buy there. 30 bids, that one closed on April 2nd. So as you can see by this auction, there are some good deals out there. Those KB Toys 2-packs sold for big money. The Top Toys Darth Vader sold for a ridiculous number. But in general, there were some good buys out there. And it's very good to be back with you all. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll be back soon.